Hello, beautiful people. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about today, so I thought I would just kind of go stream of consciousness. I went to go meet a new friend for coffee, and we got the dates mixed up, so I get to talk to a lovely person anyway, and her lovely son. On the way out of the coffee shop, there was a homeless man putting a blanket around his shoulders, and he asked me if I could help him out with coffee, and I said, because I was getting ready to leave, I needed to leave. I said, would you like my coffee? And he said yes. And I said, delicious mocha. So as I was driving through traffic to try to go down Central back to my home, I live in Phoenix, I saw someone from the back who I had this immediate thought, he looks like a bard from centuries ago, you know? And as I drove closer to him, it was my guy with my coffee. Had a smile on his face, seemed happy, walking in the sunshine. So I hope that some wonderful energy, was transmitted. It was just kind of a great experience, actually, to see that and just realize that the least among us might have the most importance. We all need to remember that at every moment, especially now. I mean, I cannot even believe what happened to Renee Good in the United States of America, and the fact that Kristi Noem and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, our supposed leaders, are lying to our faces about what we all saw on video. And there are people in our country who believe them instead of their own eyes. This truly is the spiritual test of our time. The political has become personal. And you need to make sure you're on the right side of history and you make the right choices for yourself in your own life. I can't impress upon you how important this is. And I'm going to say I see some of the richest men in America, including Elon Musk, Mark, I call him Zuckerberg because that's just the name for him. He's so despicable. Peter Thiel, if that's how you say his name, I don't know. He's an antichrist weirdo. All these guys are so weird. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, here they have all of this money, all of this power. I mean, Jeff Bezos, I don't know. He's thinking with his dick. Clearly paid for some big, gigantic boobs, and she's all for it. Yeah. Anyway, they're all just disgusting. Oh, and Kristi Noem, family values, been fucking Corey Lewandowski, or however you say his name, for how many years? They're both married to other people. And these are our leaders? Our Republican family values leaders? Give me a break. Defending the indefensible murder of a woman in cold blood. And then ICE races in to whisk his family, his Filipino mail-in bride, away to who knows where to hide him and protect him, this murderer. Instead of investigating, well, apparently the FBI will investigate. And we know Kash Patel is such a truth teller. This regime needs to be removed. And we need to remove it legally. We have a constitution and we need to follow it. And anyone who is not following a constitution needs to be removed. And the fact that we have an insane leader trying to lead us into Greenland now, after he went into Venezuela, yeah, no one wanted that dictator in Venezuela. None of us. But to go in there and just take it out and now threaten Greenland, which is a peaceful nation and our NATO ally, and to defend Putin at all costs, this is obvious, people. We have a constitution, let's follow it. We have moral laws, which we must follow. That comes from spirit. That comes from the true God. Whatever you want to call it, I'm sorry I used that word. Call her goddess. Call her whatever works for you. The true good spirit that animates all life. That is what we need to adhere to. And we have the Constitution to protect that. This was the great grand experiment in democracy. I'm not willing to lose it. I feel like all people everywhere, including in Iran, everywhere, in those They're Persian. You know how ancient their culture is? Do you know what a beautiful spot in the world that used to be and could be and should be? These people were free until 1979 when we went in and deposed their leader or got him out of there, and whatever happened. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot when it comes to that. But I know that I had Persian friends that came over in the late 1970s, during all that regime change and the Ayatollah and the those hostages that were taken, and it was just crazy. It was just a crazy, crazy time. But the United States had a lot to do with the negativity of it, and a lot of culpability, and that was under Reagan, I believe. At any rate, the political is personal, and personal choice is where it's at, and what we need to do, because we're not going to live forever. Elon Musk won't live forever. Mark Zuckerberg won't live forever. These people, all of them, Peter Thiel, you might meet the Antichrist that you're so afraid of, because at this rate, the rate you're going with not helping anyone but yourself, that's where you're headed. You need to remember that. We all need to remember that our choices do lead to our eternal happiness or not. I hate to tell you, I had the experience of God. I'm here to say the truth. That's the truth. It's our deepest truth. It's also the hardest. It's really, really hard to stay moral when you're surrounded by people who are questionable, or who don't question people they're in relationships with. We want to maintain the status quo. It's just not okay. You can't do that. You can't do that in this time. You can stay strong, and you can state the truth, and you can stay in relationship, of course, but at every point you need to point out what the truth is, and that could get uncomfortable. So don't give up your truth for someone else. Don't be mealy-mouthed about it. Be honest, truthful, strong. Do what you can. I know we're all challenged here, and I have nothing really but love for humanity. It doesn't come across all the time, but I think my own anger and disappointment has to do with the choices I see, and my own as well. I make my own bad choices. My bad choices a lot of times have to do with just zoning out and not wanting to deal with any of this, or not wanting to be here anymore. And that's really lazy of me. I've been gifted with this life. And yes, I'm old, and it doesn't matter. I'm gifted with this life right now, and I need to do what I can with it. And that's why I'm on here. Anyway, sending you love and joy, and watch for those people and those chances that you have to make a difference. Hand them your coffee, buy them a fresh one, buy them food. Anyway, don't support war. Don't support murder. Don't support liars. Love you.